Hey everyone, today's video is about when he sees a huge bruise on your body. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. The moment Bakugou walked into your shared apartment, you knew you were in trouble. Not because he did anything wrong, but because the second his sharp crimson eyes landed on you, they narrowed with an intensity that made your stomach churn. Boy, his voice was low, rough, a warning rather than a greeting. He barely had time to process before he was stomping toward you, tossing his ear bag onto the couch. Without care, his gauntlets clinked slightly in his other hand, but he quickly dropped them to the floor as he got closer. He had been sitting on the edge of the bed, trying to relax after a long, exhausting day, but apparently he weren't careful enough. What's with that? His finger pointed directly at your upper arm, where your sleeve had slipped down slightly, revealing an angry, deep purple bruise stretching across your bicep. You tensed, immediately pulling your sleeve back up, but it was too late. Nothing, you muttered, avoiding his gaze. Don't even try that shit with me. Baku crouched down in front of you, his warm hands grabbing your arm gently, but firmly. His touch was surprisingly soft, as his thumbs brushed over the bruise, his jaw clenching so tight that you thought he might break his teeth. Who the hell did this to you? Your heart squeezed at the sheer protectiveness in his voice. His eyes flickered between your arm and your face, searching for answers. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. His voice rose, his anger simmering just below the surface. This isn't some tiny-ass scratch, dumbass. This is a freaking bruise the size of my damn fist. You sighed, already knowing there was no getting out of this conversation. Training accident. You admitted, shifting under his gaze. I was pairing with one of the other heroes and they got a lucky hit in. Baku exhaled sharply through his nose, his grip tightening slightly, before he pulled back, rubbing a hand over his face in frustration. You let those extras throw punches at you like that. I didn't let him. You were corrected. And it just happened, and I'll be fine. He scoffed, clearly unimpressed. Bullshit. You should have dodged, you idiot. You rolled your eyes, but before you could snap back, Bakugou suddenly stood, turning on his heel. Now where are you going? You asked, already dreading the answer. To go blow their damn head off for hitting you. You groaned. Katsuki, no. Hey. He spun back around, his expression a storm of emotions. Anger, worry, frustration, care, and love. You think I'm just going to sit here while some extra lays their hands on you? He softened at his words. As much as he acted like a hothead, he knew his anger came from a place of concern. He hated seeing you hurt, no matter how small the injury was. And so you reached for his hand, pulling him back towards you. It's over. I'm fine. I promise. Besides, if I made a big deal every time you came home with bruises, we'd never talk about anything else. He huffed, clearly upset, but he let you tug him down beside you on the bed anyway. I don't like it, he muttered, crossing his arms. I know. I don't like it either. You leaned your head on his shoulder. But it happens and I can handle myself. Bakugou grumbled something under his breath before shifting slightly, wrapping an arm around you. He didn't say much, just rested his chin atop of your head, his fingers lightly tracing the edge of your sleeve, as if debating whether to pull it down and inspect the bruise again. Then, after a long pause, he muttered, Next time, you should just dodge faster. You couldn't help but smile at him. Next time, I'll try my best. He exhaled through his nose, still dissatisfied, but instead of arguing, he simply pulled you closer, pressing a rough kiss against your temple. You're lucky I love you, dumbass. He grumbled. You laughed softly, sinking into his warmth. I know. You thought that would be the end of it. That Bakugou would grumble a bit more, press a few more scolding kisses to your skin, and eventually let it go. But of course, you underestimated just how stubborn he was. The next morning, you woke up to the smell of something burning. Panic shot through your veins as you bolted upright. Katsuki, are you? Shut up, I'm handling it. His voice snapped from the kitchen. You groggily dragged yourself out of bed and patted over, rubbing the sleep from your eyes. When you entered the kitchen, the sight that greeted you was unexpected, to say the least. Bakugou stood at the stove, hair still messy from sleep, wearing sweatpants and one of his old training shirts. His arms were crossed as he glared down at a frying pan, where something that was probably meant to be an omelette was smoking slightly. He leaned against the doorway, amused. Since when do you even make breakfast? Bakugou clicked his tongue. Since you decided to get yourself hurt in training. You raised an eyebrow, a smirk forming on your lips. So, now you're making me food? Shut up and sit down. He turned off the stove and grabbed the plate, sliding off the somewhat burned omelette onto it. He placed it in front of you, crossing his arms as he waited. Eat. He held back a laugh. You made this for me. He narrowed his eyes. If you don't shut up and eat it, I will shove it down your throat. Still smiling, you picked up your fork and took a bite. It was a bit overcooked, but surprisingly decent. You looked up at him. It's good. Bakugou snorted. Yeah, well, you need the damn protein. Can have you getting your ass handed to you again. You rolled your eyes, but warmth spread through your chest. He wasn't always the best at showing it, but this was his way of saying, I care about you. I worry about you. I hate seeing you hurt. As you continued eating, Bakugou sat down beside you, leaning his elbow on the table, his chin resting on his palm. Just be more careful, okay? You smiled, knowing that it was coming anyway. I will. Of course you will. After you finished your breakfast and you stood to put your plate away, you felt a pair of strong arms wrap around your waist from behind. Hey. Yes? You leaned back into his embrace. Bakugou pressed a firm kiss against your temple, then another on your shoulder, right where the bruise was. It was gentle, careful, almost as if he thought he could make the pain go away with just his touch. You ever let some extra land a hit again? And I'm kicking your ass next. You laughed. Deal. And this time, no matter what, you'd always be safe in his arms. Thank you guys for listening. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.